Hello and welcome to another Spotlight with LNG Industry. My name is Jessica Casey and I'm the editor of LNG Industry. Today I am joined by Joost Jansen, Senior Business Development Manager for LNG Systems at Leica, Dover Fueling Solutions. Joost has a master's degree in strategic management from the Faculty Economics and Business Administration of Tilbury University. He also has extensive experience and a proven track record in international business development, strategic marketing and sales planning, and integrated project development within the clean energy industry, and has been a pioneer and one of the driving forces behind the development of new business for natural gas and biomethane as a transport fuel since 2006. In this Spotlight session today, we will be reviewing some of the ideas raised in Dover Fueling Solutions' recent article in the July 2023 issue of LNG Industry entitled Clean Fuel to Rule the Truck Stop Forecourt. This article considers the benefits of using LNG as an alternative fuel. You can read the article now by logging into your account on lngindustry.com, and we'll also include a link to download this article at the bottom of this video. Yes, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about the article in a little more detail and to explore some related topics.
Thank you, Jessica. We're really happy that we have the opportunity to elaborate a bit more on our solutions, of course.
Perfect. Okay, so let's dive straight in. As I just mentioned, the article briefly discusses the benefits of LNG as an alternative fuel. Could you perhaps expand a bit further on what benefits LNG presents to the industry and fuel retailers?
Sure. Now, to start, natural gas, whether it's in the liquefied or the gaseous states, it's the cleanest burning fossil fuel for transports. It hardly emits any air emissions like NOx or fine dust from the tailpipe. And besides, LNG has a higher density than CNG, than the compressed natural gas. So therefore, LNG, liquefied natural gas, is better suitable as a truck fuel and also for demanding applications. Another benefit from LNG and LNG-powered trucks is they come with less noise pollution. They have the so-called peak quiet certificate, which enables hauliers that operate for supermarket shippers to deliver the goods, the groceries, overnight. And as you can imagine, it's saving them traffic jams and hence operational costs that come with day deliveries. So, yeah, in my view, I always say LNG is the ecological in combination with economical alternative to diesel as we talk about long haul and heavy duty road transport applications. So the economical aspect, because there is a minor investment premium on the trucks, but that can be easily earned back through the relative fuel efficiency compared to diesel. And besides, it's available today as the majority of the LNG import terminals, and we have more and more coming up here in the European area. They now all installed as they are new, but also retrofitted them with truck loading bays for the small scale LNG applications, like, for example, satellite plants, but also for bunkering, ship bunkering purposes. And for trucking fuel, as we're talking today. Also the OEMs, which is obviously an important step to take, a hurdle to take. But now OEMs like Volvo and Scania and also Iveco, they offer LNG-powered trucks with diesel-like performance in terms of talk about torque, but also horsepowers and autonomy. What we see for double tank LNG tank configurations, the range can go up to 1,600 kilometers, which is really, really acceptable. Taking this all into account with the offering of LNG, because that's the initial question. So the fuel retailers, in my view, they can make their truck stop forecourts really future-proof.
Okay, lovely. So following on from this then, what role does LNG play in the decarbonisation conversation?
Yeah, we talk about decarbonisation, obviously referring to lowering the CO2 emissions on the vehicle side. Now, LNG as a liquid methane from fossil origin already can save up to 20% CO2 emissions compared to diesel. But the ultimate goal, and what we, by the way, also see happening here in the market now, is the transition from fossil LNG to renewable LNG, the so-called bio-LNG, through which the CO2 well-to-wheel emissions can be lowered up to 100%. So the savings can be up to 100%. Now, bioenergy, it's a renewable fuel. It's produced out of organic waste such as manure or sewage sludge, or also vegetable waste, for example. And the process works as such that This organic waste is first being digested, whereas raw biogas of around 65% methane is being produced. Then in the purification units, this raw biogas is being transferred into biomethane, and then subtractions like H2S, but also CO2 are being removed. So you get a very high quality, let's say, biogas, green gas. It's called biomethane. And then in liquefaction plants, small scale liquefaction plants, this biomethane is then being liquefied into bio LNG. It can be discharged and loaded into trucks, road tankers, and then being transported to LNG fueling stations. The renewable energy targets of 8 BCM in the end into 2013 for the sustainable transport, they can be achieved. There is sufficient biomethane and potential on the market here to meet these targets. And also what we really see is more and more initiatives where bio LNG is being produced decentrally at, for example, in the countrysides. So we really see the transition ongoing, which in the end, of course, is also needed if we talk about decarbonisation.
Okay, so that all sounds really positive, but what about challenges? Are there any that are associated with LNG, and how would fuel retailers overcome this?
Yes, there are. I would lie if I would say there are no challenges associated. Deployment of LNG refueling stations, they come with the challenge of so-called BOG, which is the abbreviation for boil-off gas. Now, boil-off gas is the continuous evaporation of LNG inside your storage tanks. You can, as you know, LNG is being produced out of the gas. It's liquefied by bringing it to very cold temperatures, and hence the volume also shrinks with around 600 times. It's reduced 600 times in volume in order to have efficient transport over sea or over the road to the end destinations. Now, the molecule tends to become a gas again if you don't have any solution to take care of that. So inside your tank, because of the ambient heat increase, but also because of the heat that's coming back from the fueling process, the vapor return, for example, that's coming back from the trucks, or the LNG that's evaporated in the pipes. The heat is generated in the tank, and this is a challenge because therefore the pressure in the tank increases. It tends to also increase in volume, and if you don't have any solution with that, eventually you will vent away methane into the atmosphere. Now, you want to avoid that, obviously, because first of all, you want to avoid it because of the environment, and second of all, you paid for the molecules and excise duty tax, so you want to sell that molecules and keep it inside your tank. There are some solutions to take care of the BOG. If you also sell CNG or LCNG at your site, you could compress it into the CNG buffers and sell it as a CNG. But then you need to sell CNG. If you don't sell sufficient CNG, still you have the same problem. And besides, if you extract a lot of BOG outside the LNG, you're basically extracting the light fractions of it. And this could also mean that the quality of the LNG that's remaining inside your tank deteriorates. Second of all, and that's the most traditional way of controlling the boil-off gas, is controlling this and cooling this via LIN, liquid nitrogen. I said this is the most traditional way. It also comes with a little bit lower upfront investment, but it also comes with some more challenges in the operational stage of the station deployment. I need to have a bit more active management and active involvement, or a team of engineers. And also, LIN is a consumable, so this is coming back basically every month, including the transport and so on. And it's not a cheap molecule. So in terms of the operational expenditures, this is a pretty costly solution, if you ask me. Now, what we designed, and that's basically our patented solution, it's a relocatable and TCO, so total cost of ownership friendly solution to fully automatically control the station's boil-off gas without any manual intervention. Now, and we do that, as I said, via the BTU, the boil-off gas treatment unit, and it does it via on-site reliquefaction of the boil-off gas. Now, This system enables, first of all, unlimited holding time and shelf life of the LNG inside the tank. So in the end, zero venting, but also no active management of the storage pressure. As soon as the set pressure is hit, the system runs until the set pressure is there again and the system stops automatically. And as said, it's a TCO-friendly solution, and this is coming from the fact that the operational costs are much lower than the traditional cooling solutions, and that's why there is no consumable like LIN, so no transport of this molecule to site, and no consumption of this molecule to site. And as there is no alternative consumable that needs to be transported to site, you can imagine this also comes with less CO2 of transportation of LIN over the road, but also less risk at the station forecourt, because there is no other cryogenic fuel than LNG as LIN that needs to be discharged at site, and also no road tanker which needs to be maneuvering on the forecourt. So a lot of benefits, if you ask me, both cost-wise and operationally with our patented solution. Besides, we see more bioLNG coming to the market, and in general, this is coming with a little bit of higher temperatures because of maybe bigger distances, but because also liquefaction processes, and also the BTU is perfectly capable of controlling these a bit warmer temperatures and bringing it back to the right conditions to fill up the trucks.
Okay, how do you see the development of the LNG fuel station network, and when did it start? What it all about?
Right, the development of the fuel station network started back in around 2010 in pioneering markets such as Spain, but also Netherlands and Italy. But yeah, there was basically a little bit of a chicken egg dilemma because there were no or hardly any fuel stations. For the reason there were no trucks. So what you also see, the first LNG trucks that were introduced here in the market were retrofitted CNG trucks, so for compressed natural gas. And they came in with quite some limitations in terms of, for example, torque, but also horsepower, where we only had up to 260 HP. There were no automatic gears back then, and also no any standardization in the filling pressures on the side. Besides, as said, now more and more terminals have the road tanker filling opportunities and possibilities. But back then, there were no import terminals where these road tanks could be fueled here in the area. So, for example, I know here in Northwest Europe, the first LNG for the stations needed to come from the Barcelona terminal in Spain. So, yeah, can you imagine the logistical costs that come with that? Now, if you look at today, there are several OEMs with off-the-shelf projects that also offer full warranty. These trucks come with the same drivability and also performance as diesel engines. There are currently around 650 fuel stations across Europe. Station growth was around 35% per annum over the past years. And still we notice a growing interest from the market, but also our existing customer base to install more LNG facilities. And what you see is that the first sites have been realized along the main European corridors through the CEF, the Connecting Europe Facility governmental funding. And now this green corridor has been developed. You see also more traction and developments being around logistical hubs across the nations, international logistical hubs. And besides, also in terms of market segmentation, during the last couple of years, you see also the segment of major oil and gas companies involved. They entered the market since a couple of years, whereas the first LNG stations really came and were deployed by smaller segments like dedicated alternative fuel suppliers or the regional or national smaller oil suppliers.
Okay, and how do you see the demand for LNG progressing over the next few years?
I'm positive on that. There are currently over 40,000 LNG or bio-LNG powered trucks on the road here. And this will continue to grow. Now, the drivers for this, as touched, are the business cases there for the trucks. It's sound. There are all the recent new developments on the trucking side in terms of bigger ranges, better efficiency, horsepower improvements by the OEM, but also bio-LNG, which is being introduced here in the market now. And therefore, I really expect the station number to grow with the same pace for the next decade.
Okay, and what do you think are some of the key drivers for the adoption of LNG?
Now, yeah, there a lot of signs are on green, in my view. Bio-LNG, it's affordable. The OEMs have introduced and continuously improved the trucks. Fuel stations are there and growing. So I think what's needed would be a stable government policy. Uh, Fleet owners in general operate their LNG-powered trucks for around 7 years. Hence, clarity on their business case and incentives during the full life cycle of the truck would be helpful. Um, there are countries that offer subsidies for clean trucks. Others have encouraging excise duty or even no excise duty regimes for LNG. And others have exemptions for road taxation, or like the Maut in Germany for clean trucks for certain periods. But yeah, stable and clear long-term governmental policies would be really of support to give the fleet owners sufficient comfort to further convert the diesel fleet into LNG and other clean fuels.
Okay, so bearing this in mind, can LNG become the clean fuel of the future?
Yeah, for sure. I would say it's LNG is already here today. It's not only of the future, but it's there and it's clean today, and you can save emissions today. I think there will not be one green fuel of the future like we always used to with oil-derived products, diesel and petrol. Um, we will see a mixture of renewable fuels which are best suitable for different transport applications, like electricity for passenger cars and lighter duty vehicles, but also green hydrogen for commercial, national, inner city distribution, uh, and bio-LNG and biodiesels for long haul and heavy duty applications, more demanding applications.
So can you tell us a bit more about the Lico LNG offering?
Yeah, we as Lical DFS, we deliver advanced and also fully integrated refueling systems for LNG. Technology designed to deliver LNG really as a mainstream retail fuel. So it's not only capable of doing some trials or deploying LNG, offering LNG to only a little truck, some trucks a day, but it's really offering a very consistent and reliable fueling performance under any condition, under any circumstance. Um, Besides, as already informed through our BTU system, we really design in terms of low TCO for our customers. Um, I think we offer a lot of innovations in the market. Some of them are, for example, the heated and purged nozzle docking bay that standard come on our dispenser side. This ensures tension-free connection and deconnection of the nozzle to the truck receptacle and back. This also limits the exchange of seals inside the nozzle and limits the number of potential leakages, which can cause ESD, so hence operational costs. So this is a very customer-friendly solution. Another thing is that also dispensers are capable of delivering several saturated conditions simultaneously through two dispensers. So if, for example, the one truck that recommends to have cold LNG at around 3 bar, and the other truck at the same time would like to fill up saturated LNG conditions, then we are capable of delivering that through two dispensers at exactly the same time. So this is really an innovative solution that we offer to the market. And then on our pumper conditioning skids, one example is they standard come with a vapor return economizers, which basically serve as heat shields. So they make intelligent use of the heat and the warmth, the LNG that's getting back from the fueling process and from the trucks. They extract that and use that to condition the LNG that needs to go to the trucks. So extracting the heat and bringing it back into our tanks, into the station tanks at low temperature, as low as possible. And this is already saving a lot of operational cost of not having the need to control this as a BOG. Now, besides, I think what strikes our proposition in a positive sense is that all our systems, they come with advanced remote monitoring systems. And also, we're not a sell and forget company. We use these systems for the majority of our customers to perform remote performance management services. We do that via our skilled engineers here at our headquarters. They do daily checks on the alarms and parameters of the sites and continuously optimize in order to have the performance and the station availability as high as possible. Now, and we even reached, on average, on the full installed base, a station uptime of more than 99% over last year. So this is really a figure where we can be proud of as a team, obviously.
Great, thank you. So how can our DFS shape the future of LNG in the fuel retail and convenience industry?
Right. Now, DFS has set up a dedicated business unit around clean energy, through which we offer the market state-of-the-art fueling technology, but not only for LNG, also for CNG, also for hydrogen, and charging systems for electric vehicles. Now, we are able to combine this DFS clean energy portfolio with our DFS solutions on dispenser technology for the more traditional fuels, site efficiency, and our solutions for connectivity and payment. What might be nice to know is that the majority of the LICAL LNG and LCNG stations we designed and delivered so far are already installed with CNG dispensers and also POS systems, all from leading brands that fall under the umbrella of Dover Fueling Solutions. So to conclude, DFS, in my view, really is a one-stop shop for fuel and retail industry, offering fueling technology both for traditional fuels as well for clean energies.
Okay, lovely. So I think that's all we have time for today. So thank you, Joost, for being with us and exploring all things related to LNG as an alternative fuel.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Before we finish, I would just like to remind viewers that Dover Fueling Solutions article, A Clean Fuel to Rule the Truck Stop Forecourt, can be found in the July 2023 issue of LNG Industry, which you can access by heading over to lngindustry.com/magazine. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.